traditional.
proud Legonite. With Legon, the University of Ghana, before you can apply for whether a traditional hall or diaspora, any of the diaspora halls, you first have to, let's say Legon Hall, you click on Legon Hall, then all the blocks appear. So let's say block E, you click on block E, then all the rooms in block E,
The
all
available ones.
yes, the available ones will just appear. I think they pay the same. Yeah, they pay the same. But some of the annexes of the traditional halls, their fees vary. Within 600 to 800, you should fall in that range.
For a person.
Yes, for a person and just for a semester. Smoking, like coming with this substance, is like the drugs. Yeah, it was also prohibited. You print out your proof of registration. Without the proof of your registration, you wouldn't be granted access to the hall. My name is Edu Augustine.
Okay.
I prefer my friends to call me Austin. So
Austin.
you can go with Austin.
Okay. Which level are you?
Currently, I'm level 300. I'm in my third year.
Okay. Are you a distance student or a regular student?
I'm a regular student.
Regular student. Okay. Do you have residence in University of Ghana?
I used to, but I lost it in level 100.
Okay. So since then, you have not been able to get accommodation again?
No, please.
Okay.
I've been a non-resident since level 100.
Okay. So that means that you move from your house to school
Yes, please.
and then you go back?
Yes, please.
Okay. Is that tedious for you? And do you prefer to have accommodation once again?
Very tedious, like very tedious. Yeah. Sometimes you don't really wake up early because you learned the previous night, and by the time you wake up late and you have lectures in the morning, so you just have to rush and then so you don't wake up, you don't come to lectures late.
Why did you lose your accommodation in level 100?
Okay,
Is it any fault of yours or
not at all, not fault of mine. Should I say, unfortunately, we were the COVID babies. Like we started with it. Yeah, so I think the university was running this modular system where the level hundreds and 400s will come, then they will break, then the 200s and 300s will come, and then continue. So after level 100, the school issued a letter to us that we will be reapplying because the halls they gave us in level 100, they were temporary. They are not permanent halls for us to reside in till our 4 years study ends. So they told us that we are going to reapply. But unfortunately, I couldn't secure a hall.
okay.
And personally, I wasn't the only one. We have um, majority of current level 300s will attest to this fact. We were asked to um, we were given a specific date that we will be applying. So in the morning, we all rushed to cafes and stuff. So they gave us, the time was 9 o'clock, I think. It was 9 o'clock. So around 8:50, almost 10 minutes to the time, the site jammed all of a sudden. Whenever you try to refresh the site, they tell you the site, blah blah blah, and stuff. So after some time, yeah, it came back, and then once you try to apply for any hall, they will tell you that all the rooms in the hall is secured. Yeah, there is
So-
no room.
Okay. So as at the time, it was very competitive.
Yes, please. Very
So is it also competitive now?
yes, I think so. For now, I tried again in level 300. I couldn't secure one, so I think it's still competitive now. Yeah, so and other friends, according to other friends who have been able to secure, they said unless you write a letter to any of the hall masters, yeah, before you can secure one. So we are giving it a try this time around. Maybe we write a letter to any of the halls and we see if we can secure one.
Okay. I'm going to ask you about how to get accommodation as a fresh student. But then, so as you are saying now, if you apply online, do you still have to still write a letter to?
No, if you apply online, you don't have. If you apply and you get it, then you've gotten it. Yeah, but if you don't get it, that's when you resort to the letter, we resort to writing the letter to the hall masters.
Okay, so in level 100, which hall were you in? Is it a traditional hall,
I was a
diaspora hall,
Legon. I was in a traditional hall, a
traditional?
proud Legonite. I was in Legon Hall.
Okay. Okay, so how was your stay in Legon Hall? And have you been in other hostels or traditional halls apart from Legon Hall?
Yeah, Legon Hall was a very cool place. It was such a nice place to reside. Yeah, it was a very nice. I really enjoyed the stay, and I got my friends, my first friends on campus in Legon Hall. We still get in touch. Yeah,
Okay. So is
sometimes.
Legon Hall meant for only boys? Oh,
No, it's a mixed hall. Yeah, in I think it's only two halls that are single sex. It's only voter hall that is meant for female and Commonwealth hall that is meant for only male. But aside that, all the rest of the halls are mixed. Yeah.
okay. So what is one thing that you miss about Legon Hall?
Most in level 100 second semester when we were about to vacate, our floor rep made us contribute money and we did some small party. That's it. The members of the floor, we did some small party. Yeah, that's one thing I miss. I really miss that.
Okay. So right now, I want you to take us through the process it will take you to secure an accommodation on campus, whether the diaspora halls or the traditional halls or all those halls.
Oh, okay. So, with Legon, the University of Ghana, before you can apply for whether a traditional hall or diaspora, any of the diaspora halls, you first have to pay your school fees. You have to, at first, it used to be once you pay 50% of the fees, but recently we are hearing some rumors. We don't know how true it is. Yeah, it's just a rumor. We heard that they said they are canceling that 50%. You pay 50%, then you pay the rest in the following semester. But we just heard that it has been cancelled. So now, unless you pay a full fees, yeah, so before you are able to register, unless you pay your full academic fee, then you register for your courses for that semester. Once you are able, so mostly before they open the residential application, the portal, the residential application portal, they will first open the course. They will first open the portal for us to register our courses. Before, if you don't register for your courses, you can't register for your at the
Your
residential portal.
residential.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after that, yeah, you register. We apply for the school set a date. Okay, so they will say maybe this coming Tuesday, we will be opening our residential application portal at exactly 9 o'clock. So all students who are interested should be there by then and then apply. So once you are there, they will give you a site. The school will give you the site. Then you open the site. You can do it on your phone, depending on how fast your internet connectivity was. It's kind of competitive.
Okay,
Everyone
so
is trying.
internet
So
connectivity is very important in
it's very,
applying.
yeah, it's very important. So I would advise during these times you move to a cafe or something because you can't really trust your phone's network. Yeah. But if you really trust your phone's network to be that fast, you can resort to your phone. So after the link is given, then you open the portal, you fill some maybe your name, your ID number, and your student password. You fill it, then you wait. Immediately it's 10 o'clock or the set time. You just open it, then you move to the hall of your choice. So traditional halls, we have the Equiafo hall, we have the Commonwealth hall, we have Commonwealth for guys only, and voter hall is for females. We have Sabah hall, we have Legon hall. Yeah, so you can apply for any of these traditional halls. And if you prefer the diaspora halls, we have Liman, we have Kwapon, Elizabeth Sage, and Nelson. They are all there. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask about accommodation fee.
Yeah.
Is it different for every hall, traditional
I
halls?
think traditional halls, most of the traditional halls, I think they pay the same. Yeah, they pay the same. But some of the annexes of the traditional halls, their fees vary. Yeah, it vary. And then the diaspora halls too, I think they pay the same over there. All the diaspora halls, they pay the same amount of money. But I think the annexes, their fees vary.
Okay, so can you give us an approximate figure for traditional halls?
Okay, redeem. 600 to 800 should fall in that range.
for a person?
Yes, for a person and just for a semester.
Okay. And how many people are supposed to reside in a room?
For main hall, previously it used to be three. Yeah, it's two in the outer, then one in the inner room. Yeah, but recently it has been changed. So now it is three in outer and then one in the inner room for the main hall. And for annexes, it has been four in a room since. Yeah.
Sense. Okay. Now, are there rules that govern students who want accommodation on campus and the things they're
Yes.
supposed to bring? Maybe somebody will decide to bring a cylinder, or what are the prohibitions that you're not allowed to?
Um okay, for me, when I was in Legon Hall, we were asked not to bring anything gas. Yeah, so if you want to cook, you resort to these electrical appliances. This if you want to cook, you resort to electrical appliances like the rice cooker, the hot plates, the multi-purpose. That's what we don't accept. And then smoking, like coming with this substance is like the drugs. Yeah, it was also prohibited. Yeah.
Okay, so if you are coming on campus as a fresher who has residence on campus, will you be searched before you are
No,
nobody will search you?
yeah, you are not. But they'll give you a prospectus. I think you were given a prospectus, so you should be able to get the list or the items on the prospectus. Yeah.
Okay. So do you choose your room number or the
Yes.
block,
Yes.
or they decide to give to
No,
you?
you choose it yourself. Yeah.
Okay, and the room as well.
In the room as well,
Do
you
you go
choose.
inspecting before you choose?
No, you don't go inspecting. So once you open the portal, maybe if you wish to apply to, let's say, Legon Hall, you click on Legon Hall, then all the blocks appears. So let's say block E, you click on block E, then all the rooms in block E,
The
all the
available ones?
yes, the available ones
Okay.
will just appear. Then you click on, then you accept registration. That's all.
Okay. So will you print out your proof of registration to show to the uh,
Yes, you print out your proof of registration. Without the proof of registration, you wouldn't be granted access to the hall. It's like a visa. The only thing that grants you the permission to enter the hall.
okay,
Yeah.
so once you come, you are being given your key to access your room.
Yes, please. Once you come, you go through some series of registrations. You have to pay your JCR dues. You pay your refundables, yeah, and
Those dues, how does it
generator fees.
apply to a fresher or somebody
Yeah.
who wants accommodation?
Okay, so once you are a fresher, I think you pay three. You pay generator fee, pay JCR. JCR is like the students' leadership in the hall. So we have a JCR president, we have a JCR vice president, the JCR secretary and stuff. So mostly if you come, we give you souvenirs like books with the halls names here and bands and stuff. So it is that dues. The JCR uses some of that dues to do those things and then they give it out. So that's how we pay the JCR dues. And with the refundable, we during my time in 1100, we used to pay 50 cedis. I don't know the amount they pay now.
Do you pay it every semester?
Yes, you pay it no, you pay it in the first semester. Then the second semester it will be refunded to you. But you're not going to get the full amount. We pay it because maybe during the course of the academic year you might get something spoiled. So if you get it spoiled, then they will use that money to pay it, yeah, to repair it. But if you don't get anything spoiled, then they will refund the money to you, but you don't get it in full.
Oh,
Our
okay.
time we paid 50 cedis, but when they were refunding, they give us 35 cedis.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay. So do you have water running? Are there lights in the school? When their lights are out, do you use generators?
okay, so for Legon Hall, when I was in Legon Hall, our water system was very bad. Like, so we there was some instances where the tap there was no water running through the taps for let's say a month. Yeah,
Wow.
but the hall they were sometimes filling the polytanks. We have a lot of polytanks in the new hall, so they were sometimes filling them for right. So that's how come we were getting some source of water. Yeah. And with electricity, hardly do they turn off lights on campus. Hardly do they turn off.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think they turn off lights in some one or two times. And the truth is, they didn't turn on any generator. but we've been paying for generator fees. Once you are in level 100, you pay for generator fees.
Okay, so do you think the experience you get from the traditional halls is the same experience you get from the diaspora halls?
It's a
And which hall would you advise people to, you know,
okay,
choose?
so it's a total experience, a different experience from being in the diaspora hall and being in the traditional halls. Yeah, it's different. Like, yeah, it's very
Okay, so are
different.
there some privileges that one of them enjoys that the other
Okay,
doesn't?
so not really. The only privilege is with traditional halls, mostly the halls are kind of closer to the lecture halls.
Okay.
But with diaspora, it's very far from the lecture hall. Yeah, and with diaspora, let me say the rooms are very spacious as compared to the traditional halls. The rooms are very spacious, and with that, the WC and they are inside, like they are in your room. Yeah, so you wash it yourself, you clean them yourself. But with the traditional halls, it is the people on the block or the people on the floor. You people use maybe you people use it, but you don't wash it.
Okay.
Yeah, we have cleaners who comes around to wash them for you.
Oh, okay. I want to ask about when it's time to evict the place. Do they give you a notice? If you don't evict the place at the set date, what happens?
Yeah, they give notice. So let's assume first semester you were able to secure accommodation in first semester and we are about to vacate. Maybe in the course of writing the exam, they will post notice on the hall's notice board that the school goes on recess on, let's say, 26th. So by 26th, everyone is expected to leave the hall. However, if you feel like not going and you want to stay, you should see the hall master or you should see the porters. You pay a certain amount of money, then they allow you to stay. If you don't pay, meaning you are not ready to stay, so you have to leave. So they give notice before you are being evicted. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have security on campus in
Yes,
the
we do.
halls?
Mostly the porters serve as their own security. Yeah. So if someone is entering the, you see the porters questioning people, and if you are not a resident or if the reason why you are coming there to the hall is not that legit, you are asked to return.
Okay. About dressing, how do you think the guys dress and how do you think the girls also dress? And does the dressing cause any confusion or does it cause any problems on campus?
You see, university is a free world. Like we are all adults. It's a free world, so we choose to dress anyhow you feel like dressing. And once you are dressed, hardly will you get someone to question you about how you dressed. It's just a free world. Just dress how you like.
So you can even choose to go naked, half naked. Nobody questions you.
Well, that depends. But I don't think anyone would dress naked to maybe lectures or yeah. But sometimes we see some of the girls exposing themselves, maybe dressed in mini skirts. Some of the girls, the ladies, exposing themselves dressed in mini skirts with these tops and stuff. But it's all cool. We don't complain about dressing. We don't talk about dressing.
Okay. And one last thing, what course are you offering?
I'm offering psychology and linguistics.
Linguistics. Okay, so what advice do you have for somebody who wants to have accommodation on campus? Final
Oh,
words.
okay. So if you want to have accommodation on campus, then one thing that the day you should be well abreast with the information the school comes out with. So once they set a day that on this day we are going to open the portal for the residential for people to apply, you just have to be there on time. So like one key thing is internet connectivity. Like it's very important. Yeah. So you see, it's a site, and once people go there, sometimes the site begins to jam. So if your internet is not that strong, the site might jam. But people with strong internet connectivity are
Can get
still, yeah,
access.
can get access. So you have to get a very strong internet connectivity. But however, if you fail to secure accommodation, you can still write a letter to the hall tutors,
So
that it's not 100% guaranteed that once you write a letter you get a call, you
okay.
get a
Have you written the letter before?
no. I'm yet to. Yeah. I'm in 300 now, so I'm planning to do that in four. I want to move to campus on level 400, so I'm now planning to do that in the next academic year.
So thank you very much for coming on my
All
channel.
right, thank you.